So welcome to Donington Park Grand Prix Circuit. This is the last race of the year for 750 Motor Club Roadsports series. This is the Grand Prix circuit, as I mentioned, and the first time I've been to this circuit. So we're still trying to feel what the car is doing. It's currently 10:30 or 11 a.m. and the track is cold, the track is greasy and damp in some patches, and we've struggled all year to get the car to rotate and gain some more front end grip. So we've been playing around with corner weights and geo and spring rates just to try and get the car to turn in better and to carry some more speed. But for the first time, we have fitted a splitter for this race. No testing, unfortunately. Not had time to test. So this qualifying session is the test. And it does make a noticeable difference. There is more noticeable front end grip, but it does mean that we have a very loose rear end that we wasn't able to control ultimately. And was one of the causes of the off. So yeah, we're going to pick up this lap. This Golf, which was in Class B, my class, was remarkably quick in a straight line, but seemed to hold us up a little bit on the brakes and in the corners. So we're just going to back off and give ourselves some room to go for our first flying lap. We're going to take a wide line and try and get a nice exit out of this last corner to start this first flying laps. We're about 6.5 minutes into the first session, or into the qualifying session. It's a 25-minute session. So we're going to pick a braking point here, still quite conservative because, as I mentioned, we're still learning the car and getting to grips with the circuit and the conditions. And then we're on the power now. We're going to have to take a lift through Craner curves. We had a little bit of a slide there, another one then, and then we get on the brakes to turn into Old Farm, and this is where it kind of goes a bit wrong. We're on the power now. As we turn in, the rear end just gets a little bit loose, and then we have a kind of few twitches, and unfortunately we dip a rear wheel onto the grass. That TCR car done well to miss us, and that divot that you can see, we've just taken a chunk of turf out with the splitter. Unfortunately, there was a big divot and it snapped the splitter in two. It was funny actually how it snapped. It felt as though something had locked up, and it just turned the car around quite fast. But yeah, as you can see back on the video, it's just no confidence in the rear end, it being really twitchy and then not gathering it up before we touched the grass. So I had a quick look under the car. I could smell smoke. I could smell some burning, and it was just the wooden splitter up against the exhaust manifold. So yeah, no flames, which was my biggest concern, and no qualifying time, or at least no fast qualifying time. That was going to be our first fast lap. So I think we ended up 12th in our class, which was not ideal, but fortunately by taking the splitter off, we had no option but to not run it in the race, and actually the car was a lot more balanced, and we got a podium finish. So the race is to come, but just wanted to give you some insight into the spin and the poor qualifying performance, but it made for a very exciting race and a good end to the year.